And thanks to my HP investment, I live at 1. I'm gonna go for a Sludge Wave and... What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is TheUzigunner here, bringing you people my week 1 UBL match where I go up against none other than a guy who I recently came to know, point blank, who is the coach of the Portage Herdiers, if that's how you properly pronounce it. But yeah, he's a pretty nice fella who I got to know recently. I will be leaving his links to his YouTube and all that stuff in the description down below. Feel free to check him out. He's a pretty nice guy. And yeah, I'm gonna, as far as the team builder section of this video goes, I'm going to try to rush this as much as possible, because the thing is, guys, I'm actually in a very huge rush at the moment, because like, I got other GBA stuff to do. I gotta narrate my battle and all that and all that stuff. So yeah, with that being said, here's the team which my opponent Point has, and just by looking at it, it's clear as day that my matchup here is absolutely phenomenal, because he has absolutely no hazard removers whatsoever, meaning that once I am able to set webs up, I can actually do a lot of things, because like my Nidoqueen, my Weavile, and hell, even my Pikachu has amazing matchup here. So yeah, here's the team that I whipped up for this match in particular. First things first, huge shoutouts go to my boy Matty Brolic and the other boys from the BPC, the Bullet Punch Club, for helping me build for this match. But yeah, basically the concept around this team here is to create a swords dancing baton passing team into some of my hardest hitters, especially being my Pikachu, because I'm gonna be honest, alright? I wanna sweep here, okay? So yeah. With that being said, here we go. Sorry for if you just saw that. Like I actually did try to make Fly Pikachu legal, but regrettably, Fly Pikachu cannot learn extreme speed. So yeah, that's there's that. But anyways, we got a Lagging Tail Decidueye with Swords Dance, Roost, Spirit Shackle, Baton Pass with 0 speed IVs and a minus speed nature. Sorry if this part is a bit messed up, guys, because like I literally just copy pasted it and whatnot. So yeah. Regardless, I made some final changes before going into this match, and the reason why you're seeing this along with the Lagging Tail, of course, is because I want to make sure that I don't have to switch into a potential Scald from a Slowbro into one of my offensive Pokemon, and that I wanted to outspeed me through webs. So that's basically the point of this. Set is to, which is, you know, taking the hit, Swords Dancing up, and then, you know, roosting up, and before eventually baton passing into my Pikachu. So yeah, that's pretty much the point of it. And this set is EV'd specifically to make sure that I take a Timid +3 Hidden Power Ice without a boosting item from his circuitry, because chances are he is 110% bringing that thing. So there's that. Either way, next up we got Okada, the Light Ball Pikachu with Extreme Speed, Knockoff, Thunder Punch, and Iron Tail. And like, just by looking at his team in general, it's as clear as day that he has absolutely no switch-ins whatsoever to that thing. And yeah, you're seeing me change these sets because like I actually decided midway that I wanted to run Adamant just for that more damage. So yeah, Pikachu with the Light Ball actually hits surprisingly hard, which is pretty damn sick. And Extreme Speed is here specifically to pick off some of his fast Pokemon, especially his Garchomp, because like after he takes a Bandit Pursuit for my Weavile, he is in E-Speed range. So there's that. Knockoff is there specifically for the Jirachi. Thunder Punch is there because it's obligatory stab. And of course, Iron Tail is there because it's one of Pikachu's anime moves. I'm kidding about that, is to hit the Aromatisse. So yeah. Next up we got Ghetto, aka the Mental Herb Shuckle with Sticky Web, Encore, Infestation, Toxic. Pretty self-explanatory set, and I decided to run Physdef here because of the fact that most of his teams comprise of physical attackers anyways, and this essentially guarantees me webs early on in the game. So yeah, I'm not gonna necessarily give insight on exactly what I expect my opponent to bring, because like on the off chance that we do face again, I don't want to necessarily give him ideas. So there's that. Next up we got one of my main win cons, which is the Queen, aka my Nido Queen, with Slide Farm, rocking the Ice Beam, Earth Power, Toxic Spikes, and Sludge Wave. And this set in particular is basically one of my main win cons going into this match, specifically due to the fact that he has absolutely zero switch-ins to this thing. Like, he can definitely run something like an AV mixed defensive slow bro, but the fact of the matter is, if he does do that, I will be able to catch wind of that and capitalize on it. And like, even if he were to run such a set, Toxic Spikes is there to neutralize just that. And yeah, like, Ice Beam, Earth Power, and Sludge Wave just pretty much hit his entire team very hard, and then some. As for the last two Pokemon, I got Weavile, aka my choice banded Weavile, with Pursuit, Ice Skull Crash, Knockoff, and Ice Shard. And this is another thing which my opponent has absolutely no switch-ins for, save a Colbert Slowbro and whatnot. But basically, this set is here to pursue trap stuff like Xurkitree, Garchomp, and whatnot, because it automatically scares them out unless they try Scarf. And like, even if they do end up being Choice Scarf, like, I do have this other Pokemon here to scout for exactly just that, which would have to be my Rocky Helmet Uxie with Foul Play, Stealth Rock, U-Turn, and Protect. Now, this set is specifically here to make sure that I chip down the Garchomp leniently, because it's actually a bit of a nuisance to this team. But basically, the point of this Pokemon is to set up rocks, get initiative with U-Turn, severely damage the set up Garchomp, because this is guaranteed to take any single hit from this thing, bar Dragonium Z Outrage, +2 Dragonium Z Outrage, in which case I do actually have Protect just for that situation. And as well as the fact that, like, if he does end up bringing Trick Room, which he definitely could, considering how webs just fuck him up big time, I can actually just capitalize on that and go on from there. So yeah, with that being said, that's basically all there is to it for this Team Builder section. Hope you all enjoyed, and with that being said, enough of me rambling on, let's move on to the battle. Oh yeah, as we're back right now, and as you can see, my opponent did not bring Jirachi at all, something which is pretty damn awesome, because that just makes the idea of me setting up webs with my Shuckle much more easier. Now, looking at his team in general, what I expect him to potentially lead off with his Xurkitree, expecting me to lead off with my Shuckle, considering how much of a huge problem it creates for his team. So expecting that, I'm actually going to be choosing to lead off with my Weavile. So yeah, with that being said, enough of me rambling on, let's get into this, shall we? Okay, so I am going to be challenged by Pokemon Trainer Cart, as I'm going to lead off with my Weavile, as he is going to lead off with his plugin, aka the Xurkitree, just as I expected him to, and this is pretty damn awesome. Now, unfortunately, there is a chance that he can end up being Choice Scarf, so what I'm going to do on the off chance that he does end up being that is going hard out into my Nidoqueen, because chances are he's going to go for a Dazzling Gleam anyways. So yeah, he's gonna choose to switch out here into the pretty much the only switch in, which would have to be the Aromatisse, and this is pretty damn awesome, as now your boy is gonna make a play.
Be gone, fuck!
That's right, folks, I'm going to predict the Garchomp coming from a mile away, knock this thing out with an Ice Beam, and just like that we get an early 5-0, 5-6 lead, something which is pretty damn awesome. As now I'm going to go out into my Shuckle expecting the knockoff, as now I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that I get my webs up as early as possible. So yeah, I'm going to be able to successfully get them up, as his Sneasel does not have Taunt, and now I'm going to try to go for a Toxic. But unfortunately, he ends up showing that he is the Psychium Z Hypnosis, something which I would be lying if I said I didn't see coming from a mile away. And unfortunately, he is going to be able to land the Z Hypnosis, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's whatever. Like, I do already have a contingency plan for a situation such as this, which would have to be going hard out into my Decidueye. And while this may mean that I could miss out on the opportunity of passing a Swords Dance into one of my offensive Pokemon, the fact of the matter is I don't want to get swept by this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go hard out into my Decidueye right now, as he is going to pop the Hidden Power Eyes just like I expected him to, And AJ Styles will be able to lift this thing at 2 HP. And I'm going to be able to get the very crucial damage off on this thing, courtesy of a Spirit Shackle. And that is going to do a decent chunk of damage to this thing. As now, thanks to me being able to set up the webs with my Shackle anyways, there's no point in keeping this thing alive and on an off chance that I'm able to get a roost off with my Decidueye, I will be able to cash in on it, as my opponent is just gonna choose to knock me out instead of trying to set up, which is a good play on his behalf anyways, because like I do have priority users in the back. Now this is where I kind of mess up, because like in reality what I should have done was gone into my Weavile and I-sharded it, because realistically speaking this is not even a meme. Pikachu actually had the chance to do much more work than Weavile. But yeah, I'm gonna go out into the wrong mon, because like I expected it to be able to knock him out, but like his Arcatry did end up having some HP investments, so he is gonna be able to live that. And now Stupid Dog is gonna be barking in the background, because everybody loves having a turf war where I live. But either way, I'm gonna knock out this Arcatry with an I-shard. Weavile is gonna be able to claim its first kill, and now he's gonna go out into his Kyori the Aromatisse, as I'm just gonna opt to swap out straight into my Uxie, because that's pretty much my pivot into this thing. As yeah, he's gonna pull a hard swap out into his Slowbro, which is fine, I guess. But regardless, instead of getting up my rocks, I'm gonna choose to go for a U-turn, because I'm kind of afraid of this thing, but being a potential Calm Mind variant. So there's that. I'm just gonna opt to go for a U-turn right now with my Uxie. Go hard out into my Nidoqueen, because now that his Garchomp is gone, he has absolutely no switching whatsoever to a modest Life Orb Sludge Wave, as I'm gonna go for just that, and it will be just destroy that Shaymin. And this is pretty damn awesome, as now he's gonna go out into his Larry, the Slowbro. Now again, since I am kind of worried about this thing potentially being a Calm Mind variant, I need to try getting as much damage off on this thing as possible. So I'm gonna stay in and go for a Sludge Wave. It's gonna do a decent chunk, as he is gonna go for a Scald. And since Nidoqueen is naturally bulky, he's gonna be able to take that. But I end up getting burned, which is pretty damn unfortunate, as now there is a potential chance in him winning this game. As yeah, like I'm gonna go for a Sludge Wave, knock out this Slowbro. Pretty damn awesome. I'm gonna be able to get my next kill. But regardless, he's gonna go back out into Sneasel. He's gonna get caught by the sticky webs. Sorry for the temporary lag, guys. But either way, I'm gonna go hard swap out into my Uxie here, because that's pretty much I expect him to go for an I-shard anyways, because otherwise like I outspeed him and knock him out. But either way, now this is where I kind of start making a bit of misplays, because in hindsight, what I should have done was get up rocks then and there, because realistically speaking, there was nothing an Aromatisse can do save going for a Calm Mind. But even after that, like I do think that I could have potentially been able to 1v1 that regardless. But yeah, like in reality, I should have definitely just set up stealth rocks there, because now this game pretty much gets unnecessarily dragged out to the point where it becomes much harder for me. As like I'm gonna be able to scare out the Aromatisse with my Decidueye, and I'm able to get back some good amount of health courtesy of a Roost. As now what I'm going to do is go hard back out into my Uxie, because unless it's Choice Banded, it's not gonna be able to do jack shit to me. As he is gonna go for a knockoff, that's not gonna be doing nearly enough, unfortunately for him. As now I'm just gonna opt to go for a U-turn, because I want damage off on this thing, no matter what, basically. But either way, I'm gonna get some very nice damage off on this thing. Gonna go straight back out into my Weavile, because now I expect him to potentially want to switch out. Now another thing I could have potentially done here was go for a Pursuit here and now, because in doing so, not only do I knock out the Sneasel, I don't end up being put in a precarious position where I risk unnecessary 50-50s. And yeah, heads up guys, I kind of goofed with Citra, because apparently something needed to be done about the top background. So I'm really sorry for what you just saw momentarily, guys. I will fix it for later uploads. And yeah, like either way, he's gonna go for a Wish right now, and this is pretty damn scary. And this is where I stand by my play. I'm definitely going to opt to choose to go for a U-turn here, because on the off chance that he went out into Sneasel, he would be able to get back to a good amount of HP, and that's something I did not want one bit. So I stand by my play by going for a U-turn here, but like as you can see, he just chooses to stay in and goes for a Moonblast. And yeah, my Decidueye is unfortunately going to be put in a position where the next Moonblast is going to be a roll, like where the next Moonblast is going to be a roll to knock me out, and that's something which he does end up getting. So that's kind of unfortunate as I lose my Decidueye here and now. But that gives me a free switch in back out into my Nidoqueen, and I knew for a fact that he definitely could have Protect here, because like the way he was playing it, it kind of screamed to me that there was huge chances of him having that. So yeah, he's gonna get just that right now. And now I'm just gonna pretty much go for Sludge Wave because I have no reason not to. And this is where me not pursuing the Sneasel is going to come into play, because like had I pursued Trap this thing, that would be one less Protect to deal with. And even if he were to hypothetically be able to get 2 Protect off on me, he would not be able to get a 3rd Protect off unless he's lucky, beyond lucky, and I would be able to knock it out with the Sludge Wave. But yeah, regardless, he needs to get lucky to get 2 Protect off anyways. And thanks to my HP investment, I live at 1. I'm gonna go for a Sludge Wave, and yeah, he is gonna be able to get a double Protect off, and I just outright lose right now. Because like my Weavile at best can do at best my Weavile can just get an Icicle Crash off on this thing. It can potentially live a Moonblast, but like it's not enough to 2-hit KO this, as he's gonna be able to live that rather comfortably. He is going to be able to go for a Moonblast and put me very low, and regrettably that's pretty much all she wrote, guys. Like there is absolutely nothing I can do here. It's very unfortunate, as I'm just gonna go for my next Icicle Crash. I am gonna get some nice... Psych! I am able to get a flinch off on this thing, and I will be able to go for my next Icicle Crash, connect my move, knock this thing out, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 2-0 victory for the Bullet Punch Club. Too sweet me. Oh boy, that was... I gotta be honest, that pretty much made me feel a whirlwind of emotions, if I'm being brutally honest. But yeah, like, honestly, there were some phases where I wish I could have played my match better, because again, if I'd been able to get my rocks up sooner, I don't think I would have been put in such a position to begin with. But regardless, like, thankfully justice is going to play its course in the end, and we are able to win this game. So yeah, despite the bad matchup, I would still give props to Kurt. He managed to make the most out of whatever situation he was in. So props to him. I shall leave his links in the description down below, so feel free to check him out, guys. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video in any way, feel free to drop a like, and let me know in the comment section down below who you think is the MVP, the most valuable Pokemon of this match. I need to stop impersonating Shady Penguin. And with that being said, I'll see you all next week. Peace.